Welcome back to McGregor, Iowa. As you can see, the sun is just coming up over the hills. We just attended sunrise service, and we're walking on this beautiful week of July 2 morning back to our farm. We got a lot of work to do. Our wheat field is ready to harvest. We want to wait a little bit for it to dry just a little. We don't want it too wet when we harvest it. We'll get a better yield and more money, or we're putting it in the dryer, so it's not a huge deal. But we've been working between episodes. As you remember, we were in November last time we met, and I've done several barley fields. Lots of barley fields. To the point so much that we managed to collect enough straw to fill the cow straw, to the point where we had to put it in the pig straw drop. So we're going to have to put in some sort of a bale storage system, and I know where I want to do that. We've also made our own field, the place where the big field by the house where we've been getting all of the grass to use for silage. Yeah, we converted that into an actual field. I planted grass in it, but there's a couple of minor technicalities we're dealing with. We did have lime that we put down, lime from our field and the new field that we made. We have a new storage system, and I had to buy a fuel transport tanker for my truck so that we could keep things running with all the barley fields we did. That was a little bit more expensive than I really wanted, but I think it'll come in handy in the long run. So things are moving well. We did also have to put in the GPS system in our newest John Deere, the big one, the 8R, to be able to do a couple of things. And I think that's what led to my problem with the grass field. You'll see in a minute when we get there. Otherwise, the last barley field we did, we got about 8,000 liters of barley extra from that field. So we've got that in our storage. So we should be able to, start meeting contracts that require barley deliveries in the not too distant future. All of our wheat here, and this is our field, it looks great. All of our wheat's going to go into storage for now. I know initially I'd planned to get pigs when we started this, but I'm not going to rush into pigs at this point. I want to keep going on the cows. In 2 months, we're going to have a whole bunch more cows. We could probably buy more cows now. We have $146,000 roughly. But I think the bale storage and working towards getting TMR going to get the cows really producing makes more sense right now. So the farm looks okay. It's pretty good. Our field is at 98% efficiency, so we're going to get a really good yield out of that. We'll get that started shortly, and just a lot of farm chores to do. We've got a bunch of silage already in them for the cows, around 200,000 liters. There's still some grass in there. Making more silage, and I don't think we're going to be ready to do the TMR just yet, the total mixed ratio, because we need hay and we need grass to make that work. So we're going to need to get all of that functional. I'm just going to run in here real quick, and I'll show you that the ladies are doing good. They're very happy. They're very healthy, and they're more than ready for having more calves running around. Plus, they're bringing in about $1,000 every week at this point, which is offsetting our daily expenses, or our weekly expenses, very nicely. I did not get all the tractors put away from our work over here last night, so we got a ways to go on that. So this is the new field. And you can see I've got strips where things didn't get planted, and we're going to have to fix that, which means we'll probably have to lease another planter and buy some more seeds. So this takes up the space that I had been previously mowing, minus this little offshoot here. So this is just a straight run all the way up to the ditch. This is where I'm thinking we're going to put our bale storage configuration. I'm going to leave the trees and we'll run a road down as appropriate. And I really do like the idea of putting our TMR machine over here. It makes the most sense. It's nearby the cows. It makes sense to me. Our bale trailer is sitting here. One thing we're going to have to do, since we're going to be starting to deal with bales and stuff a lot, is we're going to have to reconsider our mowing process. This is probably not going to be our only field of grass in the long run, so it might be time to start looking for things to go on sale, specifically any mowing equipment. Anybody that gets anything that they're getting rid of, it would not be a bad idea. So let's take a look. In sheds, we've got a lot of very large sheds that we can choose from. Very expensive sheds too. But I'm looking at this. This will hold round bales or square bales. So I think this would be a good option for us. It has also auto loading, which will make life that much easier for us. And I'm kind of contemplating setting it up like this and doing a road kind of, let me see. Let me pull up here a little bit. Doing a road down this way, maybe that loops around and comes up here. So we might need to, let's try that again. So if we do set that back into the trees a little bit, we might have to do a little tree trimming. If we were to do that, that wouldn't be bad. It would give us plenty of room. We could have 2 rows of storage out here if we need it. So, yeah, we can actually place that there without too much difficulty. I'm thinking we're going to want to go back here just a little bit, and we'll place that. All right, let's take a look at how this works out. Okay, so this is much the same. We can configure what is stored in each shed that we put in. And since we could actually do bales of silage directly. So what I'm thinking is, since we've got the fermenting silo, we're going to need probably a couple of these sheds. One for hay, one for grass, and one for straw for now. We may want more down the road. We've got some funds, so doing this makes sense right now to get these in. And yeah, it's going to cut into our budget quite a bit, but you know, it could be worse. And we want them pretty much right on top of each other like so. And then we need to put in a road. So that won't be that terribly difficult. Let's go ahead. It's not going to be cheap. I'll tell you that right now. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. Let's put in the same gravel we're using now. That's a bit much. So what we'll do is we'll just... For now, we're going to go like that. And just to make it look consistent. Where is it? There it is. That is way too big. We're going to put in a little bordering edge here on our road. Just to spice it up a little bit. that should pretty much cover it. And then what we can do is we can come over here and we can configure this to be, let's configure this for, let's see, what do we want? We want grass. Right now, we don't have very big bales, so we're going to have to actually figure this out later as we get a baler configuration set up. But we've got some storage now. We're in pretty good shape there. I'm not sure we're ready for doing the TMR, but we have the funds. So what we're going to end up having to do is kind of like this. Yeah, why not? We'll put it in. We have it in place then. Okay. Did we mess up the ground in here? We did just a bit, so we can correct that real fast. Paint that. Actually, let's try plants. Let's try painting that to... What is that? Is it this? Animal mud? Pretty much. And then we do plants, and that. There we go. Spent a little bit more than I wanted on that, but we've got our thing in place. Let's do the last touch-up. Apologize. Things that you guys probably aren't terribly interested in, but I think make all the difference in the world. And we'll just do that. We can do this. And a little bit more over here because this is so, and then we're gonna kind of trim off some of the extra that I got. There we go. All right. So all we're going to have to do is bring over the stuff to put into here. If we look at this, so we're going to need silage, hay, and straw. Oh, okay. We don't need the grass. Well, we need the grass to make the silage. That's perfectly fine. That's actually a little easier. We'll have an extra storage bin for hay or for whatever we want to put down there. Straw for a lot of things would be good. So we've got that taken care of. Let me do this real quick. Let's speed up time just a little. Oop, we hit the autosave. There we go. What we don't have is a slurry tank. So let's take a look and see what options we have. What we're going to need is something that'll spread. Okay. So 77.5. That's expensive for us right now. So we might have to sell some of our stuff to get everything taken care of, or we can look and see if there are any reasonable contracts available. Let's turn the details on. Let's see, there is more barley for harvesting. There is a wheat field that would make us a fair bit of money. It's field 37. And that is right there. So I think what we're going to do, since we have the dryer, we're going to go ahead and get our field harvested and stored. And we will then look at doing a contractor 3 to get our money up, because I'd really like to look at a different baler as well. Something that does bigger bales would be fantastic. There is this very expensive New Holland that'll do square bales, or the case, or even the Coon will do it. There are cheaper, but they do small round bales. We have one of these already. We could always sell that. I was really hoping we'd catch something on sale, but let's get the harvesting done and we can figure out what to do from there. So we're going to hop in our case. Alright, and she's fueled and ready to go. Let's back up a little bit and let's get this out. And oops, he bumped the wall a little bit. Alright, let's do this. Okay, and we'll need our semi for hauling the wheat. We could always sell some of our wheat, or most of our wheat, to try to get the baling better as well. Oops, we forgot something. We need the header. We can't do nothing without the header. And we're gonna have to use the trailer because that gate is just too darn small for this. Nope. Alright. We're not seeing things. Makes it a little bit more difficult. Let's see. This is a bit of a tight turn, but we'll be fine. And what we'll do is we'll pull in immediately to our right and set the trailer there. Not the best method, that I'd love to do this, because we're running over things I'd rather not, but you know, it's tight space, so we do what we can. And let's do this in here. Let's see if we can. There we go. Alright. Jump back to here. We need to unfold our harvester. Let's turn it on. And away we go. Now, there's a couple of interesting things to consider on this. One being that we have a mod in place. We're going to turn this down. That would allow us to use the straw as fertilizer. All we do is, instead of doing a path, we do just the usual method of clearing the wheat. And we're going to bring in one of our kids. There we go. We've got that functioning. Nice. Or, yeah, leaving the wheat on there would act as a form, or the straw would act as a form of fertilizer, which would be handy at times. So, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to bale this with our current system and store it. Much as I may or may not want to do that, I think we're going to have to, which is fine. Okay. let's bring the truck in and park it over here. Let's see, and we're already 17% full in that short distance. It's amazing. All right, let's go and get another tractor for the baler. Or the bale trailer. So much farm work to do. But that's okay. I'd love to get us. Yeah, maybe we could sell some of the bales and make a little money that way. The question is, how much are bales going for right now? Let's take a look. Let's see, straw. We have a lot of straw. It's already spoken for there. We could sell it at Rudy's for 35 per liter. I think that is per liter. And we might do that just to try to bump up our funds a little bit. All right, so we're gonna need this. Okay. Yeah. Got a little jockeying we gotta do, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, we got our trailer, and we're gonna go hook up the black deer to the baler, and we'll use that for now. So we're going to end up using a couple of helpers to do this and a lot of manual work, looks like. Not a big deal. Let's run on up, get the next tractor, and then we'll have somebody come and help us with the baling. Alright. So we had been doing lime with this. Oh, we need to unhook that. And we'll loop around. And we'll hook up to the baler. There we go. All right. And we'll use this to do the baling. We'll sell a load of straw, and maybe we can see if we can do a bigger baler shortly thereafter. All right. So what we're going to do is try not to run into anything. We're going to set this up for baling initially. We're going to do a little bit of this. And then we'll set up a follow helper to bring the baler along behind. Oops. And if I can learn to drive. Alright. So that's enough to get this little sucker set up. Alright. We're going to bring that into the field. Alrighty. We're going to get back here, and we're going to say, follow me, and we're going to do an offset of 2.5, and we'll set you back 50, just to make sure. You know, we got our nephew in there now. All right, let's go. So we're going to do a little bit of this. And we'll see how things are. We're just getting this set up, and it looks like our combine is full. Oh, we're not quite at 100%, so let's auto dump that. Pick up this and keep on trucking. Now, we could actually bring this up and tell it to follow the combine, which would make it even easier. You know, I forgot something on this, though. I forgot to tell this to actually start it doing anything. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to have to restart the follow. We're not going to actually be that far back. So now if we go back and we grab that bale that's laying over here. And we run that over to here. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Whoops, I gotta pay attention to the baling. It's one thing I always struggle with is keeping track of how much straw or grass or hay we have in here, so. But we're already at 3 bales. We're gonna have a lot of straw coming out of this field. Which isn't a bad thing. So we're going to get this up there to the combine. And we're going to set it to follow. We'll grab our truck. We'll empty out the combine. And we'll probably do a bit of time lapse to move things along. Nice. This is working exactly as intended. As much as I'd like to use our new storage right away for the bales, we need money. So we're going to just sell the first couple loads, see if we can't get a better baler. And then we'll have to do a couple of contracts to get our reserves back up. Of course, realistically, I could sell one of those sheds. I don't really need it. Maybe it'll be a combination. Or we'll check on the price of wheat, and we could sell some of that too. But I don't think it's probably the best time to sell wheat. It's probably in January, so I'd rather wait and maximize our value. But needs must on a farm. Do what you have to do to keep things functioning. Right. We are just about up to the combine. Which is awesome. And we'll have 9 bales, almost 10 bales. Alright. We are going to run back to our pick-em-up truck. Let's speed this up just a bit. Nice wheat field. So I'm thinking barley is next on the list. Think we can plant that yet. We'll have to check. Alright. Let's get this going. Alright. Not bad. So we've already got 12,000 liters. Whoa. Autosave time. Of wheat, and we're not even halfway around the field. That's a good sign. Should get plenty of Plenty of crop out of here. Oof, that is loud. Alright. Pull up here, unload, and then we're gonna have to move the truck out of the way somehow. Probably up in that little nook. Alright. Let's get this emptied out. Nice. That is good looking wheat. Happy with that. You know, when we can afford it, we need a bigger combine. It would be nice. But that's a nice to have, not a must have. We can do plenty of work here. With this, and we do a lot of work with this. This thing is paid for itself. And then some. Alright, and boom. Let's get out of the way. Let's pull up here. Just one thing we should get is a auger wagon to make the job in the field much easier. Okay, let's keep going. Try to catch up. And we'll set this to follow as soon as we catch up. Just didn't want to deal with that nasty curve turn that we had there. So much straw here. Alright. Alright, and we're going to set you back to 40. Okay. So, we're picking up bales. We're making bales. We're harvesting wheat. Everything's going well for this moment. It's at 30%. Let's go and see what we can do about getting rid of one of those. That's not much money, though. It's really not. It's not worth it. It's only 14 grand. We need more than that. So, why don't we hop in this and ride along and take a look at what we have as options for baling. If we go with anything other than a round baler, we need a different. This would do round. It's not bad. Probably look at this one because this should cover pretty much anything we need. And we're looking at a baler. Something relatively reasonable in this area. That one. These are too small. That is a bumper for pushing them around. So we are looking at probably the Case or the New Holland. The Coon is a little more expensive. To give me the same size bales. Yeah, that one's just not quite. So we're probably looking at the Case. We're looking at 160.5. All right, that's okay. So we know we need double what we have now. Okay, that's a start. We can take a look at contracts, and if we were to do a few of these, I want to do the plowing. That would be the fastest way, but those are slow, expensive processes. If we were to do oat or wheat, even if you take into consideration borrowing equipment to keep things running, we could make a fair bit of money and sell, well, we'd have to have a baler to do the sell the straw unless we went and picked it up after the fact. So let's see what happens with a load of straw that we sell first. Alright, we are at 81%, which means we are gonna need the truck in the very near future. So let's go grab that. Alright, around this curve. We're not going to catch it on this pass, I don't think. Unless she gets full and stops like that. That's fine. Alright. Thread the needle. Get the wheat. Do what we can to pick up as much as possible. Alrighty, folks, I think we're going to do a little time lapse here. Probably not a super long one because we're going to have straw to sell. And I got to get away from there so we can actually see. So I will catch up with you in a few. Okay, let's go and check on our bale trailer and see where we're at. Well, now that is timing. We are now full. We couldn't have done that if we had tried. So we'll let the combine keep going. We're going to set up a quick course for this to run down to our friends at Rudy's. Let's see. Sell points. Rudy's feed store. And we still can't select this, so we're gonna have to manually trigger it down there. That's okay. And I'm kind of curious what it's going to take to get this field ready to go and done again. But I figure we should probably finish harvesting first. This is going to be a bit of work. Alright, so we've got... Nope. Nope. I don't want you going there. This is field 44. And you go to Rudy's. Easy. Alright. You're going to be a bit going that way, so we're going to come over here and see about finishing filling this up. Keep that combine going as much as possible. Unfortunately, it does mean we're going to be teleporting. But there's just too many places I need to be at the same time. Oops. We should not be going that fast on a field, in my opinion. Alright. Let's get up here. Oops, let's stay out of that water, ditch water. Okay. Yeah, whoever designed this field didn't make it straight. Makes this a lot more difficult. Alright, we can turn that off because we don't need it. Turn that off because we don't need it right now. And consider where you've got 22%, I think we're going to just go up and make the bend. If we don't go in the ditch. Oop, that's not a good place for us to drive the truck. This is why we need an auger wagon and a reliable tractor. Just to haul that stuff. And we can park the truck at the entrance and make this a whole lot easier. Speaking of, what does a good old auger wagon run? Yeah, they're not cheap. Ooh. You got the mother bins. I don't know that we want a mother bin. Let's see. Amity. That's sugar beets. So we're looking at a Bergman or an Elmer's, probably an Elmer's in the very near future. Probably one of our next things for harvesting. And we are a ghoul. We'll get this unloaded. And we gotta go check on our friend, the 61... Nope, not 6140. Is it the 6145? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Too many vehicles. No, it's the 8R. 6145 is behind us there. Alright. We'll complete this pass, and then we'll jump to that. Let's see where we're at. The 8R is still driving, so it's not there yet, I don't think. We're going to set this up for field 44. There. So we can actually just go and unload, and I think actually we're going to start that process about here. So we're at 80% full. Let's go and unload this. see if we can't do this automated. Where are you going, my friend? Oh, you're going to field 44. It's not where I wanted you to go yet. Let's see. I'll go ahead and turn that off. We'll try this again. Alright, our trail, our other one is pretty much where it's gotta go. That was not... issues. Okay. Let's get in this truck, get it on the road, tell it to go to the grain dryer. Alright, we need to jump down to here. We need to turn this off so we can set this up. Alright. Let's unload. Okay. Let's see how much we get. Get a decent amount. It might be worth doing. About 4,500 bucks. Not terrible. Alright. Let's go back to here. And you're stuck again. How did you get stuck again? And you're stuck again. You're not stuck. You're just destroying my fences. Got it. Alright, let's see if this actually goes through and drops off where we want it to. Looks like we're going to be depositing the wheat in the dryer. Okay, that's working. Let's take a look at wheat. Let's actually find the best. So we could make $4,000 with what we got. That's not enough. Where is the best place to sell said wheat? It looks like we've got a little bit until we have to. We could actually go, but I think we're going to do barley. It gives us a little bit of time to get that field ready. No price fluctuations. Our best time to sell is in December, if we're going to sell. At $278 a liter, I'm not sure that that's the best choice for us. Our 8R is not moving because it's stuck. Sigh. Alright. We're gonna need to get the headlands cleared off of bales fast, because this is going to make a mess if we don't. And jump over to our semi is stuck again. He really should have planned that out better. But we got it going. Let's try not to run into anything. Alright, let's swing wide. And we're going to go this way because the combine's not going to make it. It's probably already stopped. Yep. Alrighty, folks, and we're going to probably cut away and focus on getting some stuff done here and bring you back when we are near finished with this field, which is gonna be ooh, that was close. A bit. I was gonna have you come back before we finish the field, but we had a technical problem and we were just about to the point to bring you back, and the field reset to that. I'm just in the process of kind of putting everything away and cleaning up. I do have a couple of contracts going, or I want to get a couple of contracts going, I guess, that would make us enough money to buy the stuff we need to do better baling. At least initially. Or a baler at least. There's just so much to do. I'm not sure what happened with that field. We'll go check the status of it in a second. I could have done a recovery, but we would have lost all the work we'd done up until that very end. And I didn't really want to do that. It's a lot of work. Excuse me. We did end up hauling bales to Rudy's, mainly because I just got tired of it. We did go back here, start using one of our storage bins. So this is a lot of straw that we put in here, and I mean, we've got 68 bales in there, so that's pretty good. What I want to do is set these up, this one up for hay and this one up for the large bales of straw, but until I have some, there's no point in doing that. We hit the autosave again. But I think we're going to run up to... Well, I did realize one thing. We are going to need a bale chopper to feed stuff into this, probably a small conveyor. So we'll have to look into that too. Let's take a look at this field and find out what its status is. Looks like we need... Weeds are growing. We need to pick up rocks. It needs rolling. Wonder if we can't get a couple of things like that taken care of. Let's go ahead and pull this up a little bit. This is the tractor I tend to do most of the rock pickup with. So we're gonna head this into town. Wrong place. I can't do that there because this is a one-way in at this point. I haven't tweaked the auto drives, so we'll need to rent a rock picker. Okay, folks, we are working on getting our field de-stoned at this point. And we got a couple of other contracts taken care of, so we have a large supply of cash again, but I think we've run out of time for today's episode. So we've got a little bit of work left to do here in the field. The nitrogen level is 0, so we're going to have to fertilize. We've got weeds growing, so we may have to deal with that. Thinking about getting a roller and trying that again. The pH, we might want to put more lime down. We've got plenty of lime. We're getting more as we do this. We'll run it through the processor, and as I showed you early on, that works pretty darn well. So, but until next time, folks, thank you for your time, and I truly appreciate that. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like, and if you feel so inclined, subscribe. If you want to be notified of future videos, please hit that bell. But until next time, I'm Lord Ilric.